This mic right here?
You got it.
Would you guys mind if I stole this?
You can have it, man.
I was gonna say, you need it. Like, I bet.
It'll make me speak a little better.
There you go.
Okay.
Did you grab my phone? Okay.
Excellent.
All right. Hey, I know you do a lot of interviews, but so I'm going to help you out. Hopefully, I can remind you that you've been on our show twice.
I saw the name, and I'm like, yes.
Okay. You've been a very popular guest on our program,
Really?
so appreciate for coming back. Yeah, you're very candid and frank, and
I am, man.
you can take a joke.
I don't want to go through life, being anything other than honest.
Yeah.
And, the problem with that is you tick people off when you're honest. But you know what? Do you want me to lie and give you something else? I don't want to leave this world knowing that I was dishonest. So I am very candid, and I just speak my mind. And I try to do it, with humility and to be nice and respectful about it, but yet just give my opinion in a true way.
Right on.
Yeah, and as I say, what do you think about this setup? I mean, from last night, you had a pretty good backing
it's
band.
Pretty darn awesome,
Soldiers
man.
on
It's
command.
very cool. I love it. And this is the third year?
Third year. We really appreciate you being involved in it, too, because it's all like just fans put together.
I love it,
Yeah.
man. I love it. And it's really great, because there aren't a lot of outlets like this, not a lot of things going on that are, on this level.
Right.
Doing it like this, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And to be able to have a combination of the fans and the bands and the artists and the music, the live music, which is cool, and interviews and podcasts, and I'm really thrilled to be a part of it, man.
I appreciate it. So,
Well,
new album, right?
Yeah, new album 10. I saw the pre-order start. So do we have a release date yet?
October 11th or October 10th or 11th.
Okay, yeah. I'm
We
looking
better
forward
look
to hearing
that
it.
up.
Okay.
I'll look it up while you're talking, but
I gotta
I don't
rip
give
now.
the wrong date. But yeah, it's coming out.
It's on Rat Pack.
On Rat Pack, and I'm really excited about it. October 11th.
Okay.
Release date.
Right on. All right.
Will there be physical vinyl as well?
Physical CD, of course.
Sure,
vinyl. We're doing vinyl packages
Cool.
at ratpack.com. And really killer, like a green swirled speckled. It's killer looking.
Cool.
And there's 11 tracks on the album, or 12 tracks. I got to get my information right, man. 12 tracks, and there's basically a different guitar player on every song. And what it is it's a list of guitar players that I go and watch on YouTube that I love.
Cool.
Joel Holkstra, Andy
you
James.
didn't call me. There's a video of me playing
What?
guitar somewhere on YouTube. Yeah, run down who's on there. There's some big names.
Andy James, Jeff Loomis, Gus G,
Ooh.
Marzi Montazari, Joel Holkstra, Ethan Broche, Mike Kerr. I've got Rich Ward of Fozzy, who's very underrated. I don't know if you're familiar with Rich
I am,
at all.
yeah.
Killer player. Howie Simon. I don't know if you're familiar with Howie.
No?
He's an incredible player. He actually sat in and stepped in with Stryper when Oz was sick.
Okay.
Great.
Then I saw him live. Okay.
He's great.
Yeah.
Killer. But it's just an eclectic mix of all these guys, man, who are just shredding on this. It's a shred album.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of solos.
Right on.
And it's a great follow-up to One Sided War. Very similar musically,
Okay.
but it goes up a notch or two with all these players.
I really like that song. Is it Radio? Is that what it's called on One Sided War? I'm going to write a country song.
Yeah.
I love that tune.
That was my jab at...
I'm Chris Farley. That was great.
Remember that, man?
Yeah, that
You'll
was
get some of
great. I love that skit, by the way.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, about that song, I decided I was going to write a song kind of poking fun at all the guys. And it's pretty funny sometimes. And I'm poking fun at myself,
Yeah.
too, because I did a song that was
You have
country.
some self-deprecation to your humor. Yeah.
The difference with me and a lot of other guys is I grew up in country. I was playing on my dad's country sessions. My dad had a #1 country song in '79. So those are my roots, believe it or not. But that being said, it's pretty funny sometimes when you see some of these guys who try to go country.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sure.
the fans know what's real
We
and
all
what's
know you're
not.
talking about the singer from Stained.
I didn't say that.
Yeah. No, he absolutely not.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah, I
The
do.
guy, some of it works. Sometimes it works. Yeah. But most of the time, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
And imagine if, who's the guy on The Voice, country guy. Big.
Blake Edwards? Blake Shelton.
Okay. Imagine if 2 years from now, country wasn't so popular.
Sure.
And then Blake's doing a metal album.
Yeah, exactly.
Would you buy that? Would you think this is
I
real?
would buy his country album.
I would get it just for comedy.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's really good.
It's got to be the real deal,
Yeah,
or don't do
authentic.
it. Authentic.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know,
Go. No, jump.
in our conversations, I kind of stayed away intentionally just because it's not that big of an importance as far as me. But actually, you had a comment recently, and I'm going to paraphrase. So I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. Something along the lines of, you don't like some bands using the label Christian rock. And I wonder if you could elaborate on that, because we have some thoughts as far as questions for you regarding that.
I don't like the label Christian rock.
Just as a blanket statement, not you weren't calling out any bands.
It's cheesy.
Okay.
It's corny. It's silly. It's like you're either rock or you're not. Why are you Christian rock? Because you sing about God? So does that make, Slayer satanic rock? Are we going to put a label on Slayer?
Well, they're called satanic.
but they're not when you go to a record store.
No, right. Oh, I got you.
There's not a category in the back of the store that says all the satanic rock's back there. That's why I just think it's corny.
This is I had no idea this is where you're going with it. That's great. I actually love that.
Well,
there is no satanic rock.
There's no satanic rock category in a record store or online. You go genre. You go on iTunes and look where Slayer. It'll say rock or metal. It's not going to say satanic metal.
Good point.
It's just silly to me. It's like why have all these labels? I feel like labels take away from what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
They have for Stryper, in the sense that they limit what we're trying to do.
It was a big part of your initial push, though, right? When the band started.
Well, no, it still is. I mean, see, that's the confusion. People think because I say something like that I'm denouncing Christ, or I'm denouncing my
but I
faith.
think you do make a good point.
No, you're talking about the labels.
Yeah, just the fact that you have to be segregated almost.
Exactly.
And with that too, though, but the thing we have an issue with is when they actually use it for
Marketing.
bands like Skillet and Need to Breathe,
Yes.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, my wife, for example, will put on a mix,
Yeah.
something like that, and Skillet will come up. I'm like, what
Yeah.
is this?
I know.
How is this even? I'm like, I seriously think it was just like, we can market ourselves better. We'll get into that.
There's no
so
question.
That's okay, you agree on
I
that.
completely agree on that.
Yeah.
And I know bands. I won't name those bands, but I know bands that tried for years to get a deal in mainstream rock,
Right.
and they couldn't.
Yep.
And then they got a Christian deal and released a Christian album.
Right. And then you're on the special
That's where
station.
it becomes almost a mockery,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I'm not the only one that thinks that.
Well, no. I mean, plenty. No, I guess I don't know. I don't have
That's
another
why I
elaborate.
figured we'd like to know your opinion on this.
Yeah, no, totally. And see, the difference with Stryper, not that we're better or worse or, above anybody. It's just that when we started out, we were a rock band and we became Christians. And we continued down that path of being who we were, but we rewrote the lyrics and the message.
Okay.
But we still remain Stryper. The same Stryper you saw in the clubs, the look, the sound.
Yeah.
We didn't sit down and say, okay, let's be a Christian band now and change everything. We can't look like that because that's over the top and we're going to lose followers and we can't do this. We just stayed who we were and stayed true to ourselves. And we still do to this day. I mean, like we have an album called Goddamn Evil. Most Christian bands probably wouldn't release an album called Goddamn Evil. They would say, well, that's going to alienate our fan base. We did it because we felt led to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
and
do.
we follow our hearts and what we feel comfortable doing.
I think
Walmart didn't like it either. So.
Oh, they hated it.
I think it's similar to the whole thing with the country thing. Like
Yes.
people can see through it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But a lot of
Most people
don't.
can.
Most people can, but it's just the same thing as like you got to be real. And
Totally,
you've
because-
had the longevity.
You can see that. Fans can see that, whether it's music or movies or a TV show.
Yep.
We're all smart enough to know what's real
Yep.
and what's not.
Yeah.
Right.
And, if you're not being real, man, stop doing it. Go get another job.
I know you had limited time with us. You want to talk about the PledgeMusic? Kind of we want to know, like, what do you see as the next
You had some
outlet?
comments, but you never worked with PledgeMusic, right?
I did.
what I thought.
Okay.
That's why I had those comments. I worked with PledgeMusic twice.
Yeah.
It was a horrible experience both times.
Yeah.
How many years ago was this? Very recent.
One time was with the Sweet and Lynch project, and another time was with what was it? Stryper project, I believe. I just felt like it was so unnecessary. All they did was mess up the pre-orders, and when it was time to send them out, they were late. They didn't get sent in properly to SoundScan, so we missed out on first week numbers, which is really that's what it's all about, is the first week numbers.
Right, of course.
For a band like us these days. So they dropped the ball in many ways. Really nice people working there. I'm nothing against the people that work there, but man, I just thought it was a complete waste of time and effort, and they took a big piece of the pie for nothing.
Yeah.
And they also, the fans blame the bands when you don't get your stuff.
Of course they do.
I had a thing where I did a pre-order, doesn't matter what band, but I got mine 3 weeks after somebody could go get it in the store.
Man.
You know what I mean?
And the first thing you think is, the band, because I read all the comments from people.
Yep, right.
Hey, dude, I never got your shirt. What's up with you, man? What's your problem? It's like, I'm not a merch guy.
That's right.
I don't know. I dropped it off at the post office 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't deal with merch.
Here, let me pull up your tracking number.
No, but the fans get caught in a difficult spot.
Right.
The artists are caught between it. It's just a bad situation.
I know.
And it's too bad because it would, in theory, it was a really good thing.
Totally.
Conceptually, anyway.
In theory, it was a good thing, and it probably started out being a good thing. But, man, the two experiences I had were really bad.
Yeah.
Almost nightmarish. And, man, I vowed never to work with Pledge ever again.
Okay.
And then, lo and behold, they're no more.
Right.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
But anyway. Well, the album is 10.
Yes.
And you told us on the last time you were on, that's from the 10 Commandments.
Yes.
Okay.
It's the 10th album, 10th solo album,
Yeah.
which is really kind of weird. And I'm including a demo album that I released called Unstriped.
A little bit of a push.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm including that.
Fudging the numbers.
If you include that, it's the 10th solo album, and the title track is based on the 10 Commandments.
Right on.
Cool. It's powerful. That's with Richard Ward of Fozzy.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, he killed it. Wait till you hear it.
Are you going to tour at all, or solo?
If I don't, man, I should go to jail, because that should be a crime. I have to put together a band and go out and tour. The tricky part is Stryper's the priority.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I can't keep putting that on the shelf.
Right.
Because I haven't toured since 2001.
Oh.
So we're talking about, we're approaching 20 years. So I got to get out. I want to put together some killer solo songs, and also include a few Stryper songs, but include some Sweet and Lynch songs too.
Right on. Well,
Excellent.
that would help. That would touch my heart quite a bit. I'm a big fan of the first record, especially. But,
Absolutely. No, dude, those are great albums. And, if I can't do it with George, I'll do it with Joe Hoekstra or somebody
go.
else.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent.
they're telling us our time is up. Thank you so much. The third time guesting on our show.
You are awesome.
Right.
And
guys
the
are
best
awesome.
of luck, and thank you again for taking part in this.
Of course, man.
Anything
Thank
you want to pitch to us?
Well, just you guys already know about the new solo album coming out, and the Stryper starting on a new album.
Mm-hmm.
End of this year, into next year.
Goddamn happy?
Maybe. No, we're gonna do something. We're gonna do something totally in typical Stryper form.
Yeah.
Totally unexpected, and it'll surprise people.
All right. Well, thank you again so much for your time. You enjoy yourself today, and great job last night.
Thanks, brother. Just a jam. All right. God bless you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys. You bet.